In this section, we're going to talk about doing the bridge profile sheets for doing the 3-line profiles, which is mainly the center line and then 30 foot left of the center line or 30 foot right of the center line. Now that 30 foot is not a given. That'd be something where you talk to bridge and figure out where that offset needs to be, whether it's 30 foot offset or a 40 foot offset or whatever. But for this example here, we're going to use the 30 foot offset left and right from that center line. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come into our civil geometry file and make some modifications to our profile, because what we're going to do is actually use a tool in there to offset the profile 30 foot left and 30 foot right from that. They'll still be on top of the proposed center line. So this is our proposed center line right here. And you'll see that it is in the civil geometry file. So that's the file that I will need to navigate into. So I'll simply just go ahead and open. I will navigate into that particular file. And once I'm in the file, I'm going to come to the center line for this proposed alignment, which is this right here, and open up the profile model for it. So I'll select it, open profile model. I'll go ahead and open up view number 8. And you'll see that I have my proposed profile through here, and then also my existing profile that goes along that center line. So if I need 30 foot offset profiles from that center line, what I can do is come up here and use a tool. And if I go to Open Roads Modeling and go to Geometry, and in the vertical section underneath the profile creation, I'm going to select the one that says Profile from Surface. And in here, what I can do is come to my horizontal offset and give it whatever offset that I need. So for this example here, I'm going to do a 30 foot offset, and I will lock that in. I'm not going to worry about the feature definition because I'm going to change it manually after the profiles are created. So the first thing that we would do once we have that set, and of course the 30 foot positive is going to be on the right side of the alignment. Whenever we do the negative value on the other side, it's going to be on the left side. So the first thing that we need to do is locate the first element of the profile, which is of course the center line. So I will go ahead and select it. I don't have anything else for that, so I can simply right click to reset it. And my surface, I already have my surface active, which is the existing, so I can just right click to reset that. Now you give it whatever stationing that you need, and normally what I do is simply just go over to the side here, get all the way to the very start, and I'll left click to accept that, and then I'll pull it all the way over here, as long as I'm in my view number 8 for the profile, and you'll see that I go to the end station, then I'll left click to accept that, and then the rest of the stuff I should be able to simply left click through those. So I'll accept that. I don't want any profile adjustment. And I'm going to use the triangles for the draping. I have a 30 foot offset, which would be to the right, and no vertical offset. And you'll see that it created that profile right there. So that's that one. And before I do that, I'm going to come in here and use my element selection tool. And I'm going to select this particular profile that I just created and just change it to a different color. That way I know that is a different profile than what it is at the center line. So I'll go back to my home tab, and I'm going to change this particular profile to a red color. So that will be my profile to the right. Now I'll go ahead and create the profile on the left side of the road. So now if I come up here, now I'll go back to my geometry tools, go to profile creation, profile from surface. This time do a -30. Select the center line, right click to reset it since I'm complete with it. I'm using the terrain model that is active, so I'll just right click to reset that. If I start, I'll pull it all the way over, left click to accept it. For my in, I'll pull it all the way to the right, left click to accept it, and then just follow the prompts and accept these. And now you'll see that it created that other profile right here. So that will be on the left side of the road. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll use my element selection tool and just change that to a different color. So now I have my different profiles set for not only along the center line, but also the left and the right offsets. Now, normally with a bridge survey, you'd probably want to change the symbology of these also. So for like this one right here, let's go ahead and change it to maybe a different symbology of this right here. And then I'll change this one right here to some other symbology also. And then whenever you actually put this into the drawing model inside the bridge survey, you can create a legend for that, determining which one's left and which one's right. So once that is done, now we can come back into our bridge survey file where we're doing our bridge profile sheets and start creating those sheets. So I'll go ahead and open, go back to my bridge survey, check the previous one in, which is my civil geometry file. Now I can come in here and create that bridge profile sheet for the 3-line profiles. So the first thing that I'm going to do is select my center line, open up the profile model, go to view number 8, and you see that not only do I have the center line, I have my 30-foot left and right offset profiles there also. So now I can come in here and create my sheet. So I will simply, in my view number 8, hold your right mouse button down, name boundary, profile sheet. In here, we're going to change it to design full profile. For this example here, we're going to use 1 to 100. That can be changed according to whatever type of bridge or however long it is. But for this example, we're going to use 1 to 100. We're going to use the active vertical, create drawing, and show dialog. First thing that we need to do inside of here is identify the profile view, which is this one. And then we will go ahead and accept that. Now you have to determine where do you want to place that particular named boundary. Well, for my start location, I'm going to change that, and I'll check mark the box. And maybe I'll start it at, let's go ahead and change it to 490 plus 00. So you can adjust that to whatever it needs to be for your particular bridge survey that you're creating. Now you'll see that we have a lot of area above and below it that may not be used. So in that case there, I would go ahead and adjust my profile height. Keep in mind that you don't want to go above this number because then it will go past your sheet. So let's go ahead and change that to maybe 120. And you'll see that fits a little bit better for the particular bridge survey that we're doing. Same thing for the length. You could adjust the length to where this can go down a little bit farther, but you do not want to go past this number right here that's set by default for this particular scale. Also for the detail scale, make sure your vertical exaggeration is set to 10 for that. For 1 to 100, that would be set to 10. If it was 1 to 50, that would be set to 5. Or if it was 1 to 20, you would set that to 2. So kind of keep that in mind whenever you're setting up your profile. So once that's done, go ahead and left click to accept it. One more left click to accept that. And then it should bring you to your create drawing. Inside of here, this is where you come in here and change this right here. Let's go ahead and change that to 1 inch equals 100. Same thing for your group annotation. And your detail scale, of course, it's set to 1 inch equals 100 feet. So once you have that set, go ahead and click on OK. And now you have that bridge profile set with all 3 of those profile lines. Now once you've done that, you do need to put the proper title block in here. We're doing a bridge survey, so simply come up to your levels, go and select the MoDOT design border. We're going to turn on the bridge survey map, the bridge survey title block, and turn off the final plans electronic seal. Another thing that we're going to do, once we have that done, go ahead and make a selection set right around this area right here. And you'll see that you have 8 elements selected. Those are text fields that are set up by default for the title block that normally gets used in production. We're not going to use that for this right here, so we're simply just going to go ahead and delete that to get that out of the way. And then what we need to do is actually move this profile, because you see that it's going over top of your bridge survey right here, title block. So we'll come up to our references, go ahead and select that file right here, and just right click over it and do a move. Select it, and then just drag it to the location that you desire. Once you have that, just right click to reset it, close that down, and now you'll see that you have your bridge profile right here. And if you need to make some modifications to it, you'd come into the actual drawing model of it, which is this right here. And this is where you can come in and put in that legend for your 30-foot left, 30-foot right, and also the center line. For your profiles, you can put in your text inside of here. Basically, get this set up exactly the way you want for your particular bridge survey that you're doing. Another thing that you can do is if you would need to rename this, you can do that also. So if we come up to our models here, and you'll see that we have this one set for the stream bed, which we did in a previous video. Same thing for this one right here for the valley sections. And just to kind of show you that, those were set up accordingly. What you can do is come in here, and maybe you want to name this one that you just created very similar to what this is right here. So I can come in here and rename this one as needed. So I will go ahead and rename it. And we'll name this one 3-line profiles. And I'll hit enter to accept it. So now you'll see that we have our stream bed one that we've created, the upstream valley sections. If you had some downstream valley sections, you could add those inside of here or create another sheet for that. But then also your 3-line profiles right here. So that's just some general guidance of creating bridge survey profiles here at MoDOT for doing your stream bed, your upstream valley sections, your downstream valley sections, and then also your 3-line profiles that you need for bridge whenever they start to lay out the bridge.